very unusual. Shakespeare production is premiering here in Israel, just outside our doorsteps here, in fact, in Tel Aviv, Jaffa. Here's the trailer for what to expect at this unique Shakespeare play. You may be thinking, that's not Shakespeare, that's not Macbeth. Where is the talking, the soliloquies, the monologues, the dialogue? It's not in this particular play. Joining me now in our studio is our culture correspondent, Maya Margit. So Shakespeare without words, is it Shakespeare even?
That's the question, to be or not to be, that is the question for this especially.
You're not going to hear that at this play.
You're not going to hear that at this play. Listen, it's a reinterpretation of Shakespeare. It's very unique. It's by this famous Russian director called Sergei Zemlyansky, and he calls this new form of theater plastic drama. It's not miming, it's not ballet, it's not just dancing, it's a mixture of different things.
What makes it uniquely Shakespearean then? Shakespeare had, his pentameter, his very specific pacing, his famous soliloquies. The stories, how do you really know what you're looking at there?
Well, some people would say that this is maybe Sergei Zemlyansky's own creation. It's his own artistic interpretation of Shakespeare, and it's not necessarily Shakespeare. Purists would say this for sure, traditionalists as well. Others would say that this is a very different kind of interpretation. If you know the story of Macbeth, which most people do, basically what he did is he transformed every line of Shakespeare text into a gesture, into a movement. So it's a very kind of interesting and creative look at Shakespeare. Is it Shakespeare? Is it not? Listen, this is not the first time that Shakespeare has been done without words. In silent films in the early 20th century, you had Shakespeare without words. There have been also interpretations in the U.S. by this theater company called Phonetic Theater, where they've done a similar kind of thing.
A whole idea of reinventing Shakespeare for a new audience, to expose new people, to get them interested, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, and I think this is something, it looks very intense. I haven't yet gone to see it.
It's playing now in Tel Aviv?
It just premiered last night. It's going on until the end of March, and I'm really looking forward to going and seeing it. I think it's something you have to experience, and then after you've digested it, you can decide for yourself, is this Shakespeare, is it not?
Do you think you could do like a review without speaking? If you're going to see a play without speaking, it's not fair to review it with words.
I'll act it out. I'll act it out.
Right here in Daily Dose, Maya will act it out for us. So it premiered yesterday. Is it a limited run, or do we know, does it depend on the success of it?
Well, basically, this director, he has done similar plays in the past with other material, not just Shakespeare. And he basically goes from production to production. If it's successful, they will extend it, and they will also travel with it. Because it's without words. It can travel. It can go anywhere.
All right. Maya Margit using her words to describe this new interpretation of Shakespeare's famous play, Macbeth, that premiered here in Tel Aviv the other night. Thank you, Maya, so much. Looking forward to your review without words, as promised. All right.